Wayne Johnson here. I'm right here at Wildwood Guitars. I'm here on behalf of Taylor Guitars, and I want to show you this really cool new T5z Custom. Three things that are different on this guitar compared to the standard T5. And that is, it has a 12-inch radius instead of a 15-inch radius, has jumbo frets, and the body obviously is a little bit smaller, kind of Les Paul size. Very comfortable for especially you electric players, you know, it just fits right in the pocket. And also when you sit down on the couch and you're playing, you know, it's really, really comfortable. Really great guitar. Another thing that's really cool about it, even though it's an acoustic instrument, completely hollow with electric pickups in it, it still is an acoustic instrument, and it actually sounds really good. It's not meant to project, but I use mine to write. You know, I keep it by the couch all night long, and I write late at night with this. It sounds really great, plays great, but it just doesn't project unless you plug it in, because that's what it's made for. All right, so let's plug it in. Got a few things I want to talk about before I actually play this. This is a very, very flexible instrument, and you have to, in order to take advantage of that flexibility, you have to put a little bit of time in it. So I'm going to try and help you out with this. I played one of these on the road with Manhattan Transfer back in the day, 2005, when the T5s first came out, and it replaced 5 instruments that I used to have to take on the road just to create those genres. It's not meant to replace guitars, but you can create those genres, which is really, really, really cool. In order to do that, we have a 5-way switch. We have 3 pickups. There is the pickup under here that you cannot see, right under the fingerboard. And you have this pickup here, which looks like a late 50s single coil lipstick is what they called it. That's what it looks like, but it's a full stacked humbucker air coil design. We also have a sensor that's on the top of the body, which in the acoustic mode creates all that top end from your tone wood. I love koa. It's one of my favorite woods, so I'm glad that I get to play one of these today. This is the custom model. I don't know if you can see that koa. It is just amazing. Awesome, awesome. All right, so let's talk about tone shaping before I play. This is really important. We have these 3 knobs here, and this is volume, this is bass, and this is treble. Now, if you compare it to a standard solid body, you know, all the great guitars that we play, thank God they really do sound good, always on 10, because they have volume and you have tone. But what's tone? Tone is a combination of bass and treble, but they don't split it up. So it's either all the way on or it's all the way off. So it either sounds great or it sounds kind of like this. It's very, very, very muddy. So with the T5 and T5Z, we have this detent position right in the middle, and that is what we call line level. If you look at a solid body guitar, you turn your volume all the way up to 10, that's line level. So here's my volume, that detent position you can feel, that's line level. Well, guess what? We have another 10 after that, which is really cool. There's just twice as much tone shaping. If you think about having all the way up to line level 10 and then another 10 units on a separated tone, which is treble and bass, you just have all this great stuff going on. So instead of on a solid body that we're used to on a passive system, your tone goes like this, you know, your bass and your treble. It's either all on or off. With this active system, which you can tell by the light, tells you that your battery is working. Active system is with the battery. Passive system is without a battery. So on this active system, look at your tone here again. So we've got your bass that you can go independently from your treble. You can go this way, you can go this way. That's what creates all this great tone shaping. And I'll show you how to do that after I mention one more thing. And that's to take full advantage of this. I usually use a splitter box. So my sound goes into a splitter box, and I send one to an acoustic source. I send the other one to an electric source. And you can control them with a splitter. I can decide whether I'm going to play a certain kind of music, so I'm going to go to acoustic. Another kind, I'm going to go to electric. So I really like both of them, and you can play them at the same time. I have some friends that have T5s. They don't take advantage of all the flexibility, and they still love them. You can plug it directly into a PA and it sounds incredible in all 5 positions, not just the acoustic position. They all sound really, really great. So I'm going to show you that right now. The battery, by the way, is housed back here, right here where this giant pick is. You can't miss it. That's the battery thing. Pretty simple, pretty simple. Okay, let's get going here. Position 1, fully acoustic. So I'm just going to use the acoustic. We'll take it off of the electric here. All right, acoustic position uses this pickup under the fingerboard you cannot see, and that sensor. So let's take a ride here on it. Top end sizzle. Now if I take position 2, this is position 1, position 2, we lose the sensor. Now all we have is this, the pickup under the fingerboard. If you envision like an archtop guitar, where's that pickup? You know, it's right at the end of the fingerboard. That's the warmest place. So this is like in the fingerboard. Here's your warmest place. I use this one for jazz kind of Latin things. And now we're going to do some tone shaping. Now watch these knobs here. We're in detemp position. To create the sound, I want a warmer sound. So I'm going to drop the treble back about a quarter, and I'm going to boost the bass about a quarter. And if you look at that, the detent lines are staring at each other. It's a good way to remember the jazz or Latin position. And just by doing that and leaving it in the same amp, we get a really, really cool jazz tone. I could play this pattern all day. Wait a minute, I have played that pattern all day before. Okay, let's move back to detemp position. We're going to go to position 3. I'm going to put on the electric amp and use both of them for these next couple of sounds. This position 3 uses just this pickup. Like I said, this is a stacked humbucker. It's a real powerful, punchy sound, kind of like I think more like a telly that's direct into a PA system. It's a very direct sound, but it's one of those tones that you can get out of the T5 that I can't get out of any other guitar. So I've been playing these for about 7 years, and I'm still coming up with new sounds, which is really, it's really exciting. It's a really fun guitar for that, experimenting. All right, we have position 3. This is a punchy sound, good chicken picking kind of sound. Really a fun sound. It's a great little rhythm sound. That's a cool tone. I really love that. It's probably one of my favorite sounds. All right, let's move on to position. Well, actually, let me show you this. Let's go to just the electric amp, and we can play a little distortion now. Check it. Really, really cool sound, really flexible. So you listen to that tone, and then let's go back to this tone. Acoustic sound. It's hard to believe it's the same guitar. Now let's go to 4. Detemp position, 4. 4 incorporates this pickup with this pickup, and it's wired in parallel. Parallel means that your sound goes through the first pickup, and that goes directly to the jack. Then your sound goes through this pickup simultaneously, and that goes separately to the jack. And they meet at the jack. Position 5 is the same two wired in series. What that means is that your sound goes through this pickup, and that sound goes through this pickup, and then they go to the jack. So series, the sound meets before the jack. Parallel, they meet at the jack. The sound difference is it's a little bit beefier sound in series, where parallel has a little bit more open sound, a little bit dip in the mid-range. So I'm going to play 3, 4, and 5 on both the acoustic and electric, just so you can kind of hear the differences, okay? Here's 3 that you just heard. I'm sorry, here's 3 that you just heard. Here's 4. See that? Nice little fat low and top sizzle, but it's got that dip in the middle. Here's 5. Little fatter sound. It fills in that mid-range just a little bit. So let's go to position 4. And I'm going to actually add a little bit of slap delay on this so I can create that kind of Gretschy tone, because 4 reminds me of that country gentleman kind of Gretschy tone. 5 reminds me of a Gibson 335 kind of tone. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to just create a little bit of a slap delay sound. All right, we've got our slap delay sound now. And remember, I'm in the 4th position, that Gretschy kind of tone. So let's have some fun with this. That slap delay with that dip in this really gets that cool Gretschy tone. Really a fun sound. Also, we can get the little Chet Atkins going here too. Yeah. All right, we got our delay set back here now. We're going to go to position 5. Remember, this is the one that kind of sounds a little bit more like a Gibson 335. Get those nice big chords. Nice big fat sound. I love that. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to record a little loop. I have my looper here. I'm going to do that in position 5. Then I'm going to solo just with the electric amp, because I'm going to use a lot of distortion on it. Towards the end of this loop, I'll probably add the electric sound back in and play some clean things for you. But this way you can see the flexibility of the instrument all kind of at once, which is a lot of fun. All right, so position 5, and here we go with a little loop here. My favorite part. You always got to do those bird calls. Let's go to position 3, real punchy sound. Here's position 4. Here's a fun sound. I'm going to go to position 2. That's that jazz sound that I told you about, but we're going to reverse the EQ. Now we're going to boost the treble instead of take it away, and I'm going to take away a little bit of bass instead of boosting it. So now we'll have kind of an open, hollow sound with a distortion, representative of the second position of a Stratocaster. Let's do that here. Boost the treble, take away a little bit of bass. A little fat sound. This is a real fun sound. All right, let's put the acoustic amp on, get rid of the distortion, and we're gonna go with a clean nose. This is 5 again. T5z Custom. Go out and play one. They're really a lot of fun. This is Wayne Johnson signing off for Taylor Guitars right here at Wildwood Guitars. Have a great day. See you soon.